This brand new mini electric dirt bike claims a top speed of 50 miles per hour for only $15.99. We're gonna definitely test that today. Big shout out goes out to Xekoya for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their brand new mini electric dirt bikes. This is the XE100 model. In this review, I'm gonna go over everything there is to know about this brand new mini electric dirt bike. But first, let's get started with the specs. So this is the brand new Xekoya XE100 mini electric dirt bike. It features a 5,000 watt peak mid-drive motor with 200 newton meters of torque. That is connected to a 420H chain and a 60-tooth rear sprocket. This is all controlled by a Moto 100 amp controller and a 52 30 amp hour removable battery. Xekoya claims that this should give you a range of up to 50 miles depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have a 60 by 100 14-inch front off-road tire and an 80 by 100 12-inch in the rear, coupled with dot fluid hydraulic brakes with 190mm by 4mm thick rotors. That is pretty nice. This bike also has an hydraulic front fork, as well as a nitrogen rear shock for a smooth, comfortable ride, a fairly large and very comfortable seat, as well as pretty spiky medium-sized foot pegs. And in the front of the bike we have a dual LED headlight that is pretty bright. The total weight of this bike is 130 pounds with the max load capacity of 243 pounds, and it is IPX6 rated. And up on the handlebars we have our front brake and a full twist throttle. And on the left side we have our rear brake, our display with the mode selection buttons, and the headlight switch. And that's pretty much it for the specs. Now as far as the price, this current model goes for $15.99 or just about $1,600, but I will have a discount code that'll be in the description down below along with the link if you're interested in this bike. Now I can't wait to see if the claimed top speed is actually true, so let's jump straight into our speed test. Alright, so the starting procedure on this bike is pretty straightforward. You do have an ignition key over here. You get 2 keys with the bike, so once you flick that on, the screen will turn on. Now it's a bit bright out today. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see the screen, but this bike has 3 power modes. So 0 means no throttle, and then we have 1, 2, and 3. For our speed test, I'm going to be testing mode 3. So I got my GPS app open and the speed reset that is in my pocket, and let's see how fast this thing can go. Woo! Wants to lift the front wheel. Insane torque on this bike. Holy cow. Alright, takeoff is absolutely crazy. If you are not ready, it will lift the front wheel on you and will loop on you. Now the bike is showing 51 miles an hour, 51.3. Oh my god, this thing is a rocket. Very, very fast bike, and ooh, running out of space over here. Hopefully that was enough time for my GPS app to register the top speed. That was pretty rapid. Let's check our results. So my GPS app clocked us at 46.7 miles per hour. So 46.7 miles per hour, that is, you know, no joke. It's pretty fast, especially on a small bike like this. Now, it's not the exact 50 miles per hour that was advertised, but I'm pretty sure that test is done with like no load on the bike, so that's kind of unrealistic. With my weight on it, 160 pounds, that was the top speed I was able to get. Now I will say that I did run out of room a little bit. It feels like the bike had maybe a little bit more to give, maybe 1 mile per hour faster, but regardless, that was our speed test. I've reviewed so many of these mini electric dirt bikes at this point, and all of them are unique and all of them are fun in the same exact way. And it's no different with this bike, where typically you get a 48 volt system. This bike has a 52 volt system, so definitely nicer to have. Now this bike is already really fun, but this 1412 wheel setup makes it even more fun. This thing is so nimble. Oh my god, you can get so low with it. It is so agile as well. Now it is a little bit heavy, on the heavier side, but despite the weight, it feels very agile but solid at the same time. And let's see just how stable this thing is. Oh my god, amazing. And the suspension is really nice. We'll talk about that in a second, but wow, very nice, very solid. As far as the brakes go, we have hydraulic dot fluid brakes, pit bike style, with a pretty thick rotor. And let's see, I'm making my way up to about 20 miles an hour, hitting the brakes in 3, 2. Oh yeah, dude, that was really good. So we're looking at an average stopping distance of maybe 8 to 10 feet from about 20 miles an hour. That is excellent. The brakes on this thing are really nice, and that just gives me a ton of confidence riding this thing, and definitely adds to the riding experience. So check it out, this is what the suspension is like. The front fork, nice, very plush. As far as the rear goes, look at that, really nice as well, very plush, feels very appropriate for this type of bike and for the weight. See how it does over a bump while I'm sitting down. Oh yeah, dude, just like a cloud. Very nice. Let's try another bump here while I'm standing up. Oh dude, this is amazing. Really good suspension on this bike. Now let's see, how does this thing like a little curb hop? I'm sure it'll do just fine. Oh yeah, dude, so smooth, so sick. I can't wait to test it off-road. Suspension on this thing, chef's kiss. So I'm 5'8", 160 pounds, and this is what I look like on this bike. Pretty nice and comfortable sitting position. If I'm not mistaken, the seat is about 32 inches from the ground, but I still have plenty of room. I can sit upright. The handlebars have like a 2-inch rise to them, which makes the sitting position very nice and comfortable. The seat is very nice as well. I can go a little bit more back, middle, or super attack it for cornering, and it has these plastics on the side which you can hug with your thighs. They feel very nice as well. But the seat, man, the seat is on a different level. I do want to show you that real quick. So this is what the seat looks like, and like I said earlier, it's pretty long and fairly wide. As far as comfort level goes, I call this medium to soft in the stiffness levels. Very nice and very comfortable. The size and fit so far has been excellent. When it comes to the tune in my opinion so far has been excellent. You do have those 3 power levels to choose from, so if you want to go easy or conserve battery, you can do that. But I'm on power mode 3, and even though I'm on power mode 3, the throttle curve is amazing on here. Look, I can literally just crawl, and even though we have a 62 sprocket, it's not like killing me. And if I want to, just explode with speed, energy, and torque. And let's talk about this. We have a full twist throttle that's actually decent quality full twist throttle, so that I really like. Now obviously I can't talk about the pedal assist, the PAS, because we obviously don't have pedals on this bike. But one more thing I wanted to mention is this bike, I originally thought has a far driver controller. It is not a far driver controller. It's a VOTOL controller, VOTOL. It's 100 amps. Now, I'm not sure, from my research, it doesn't look like you can plug a Bluetooth dongle to it and like tweak some of the settings, but you could buy a connection for the like a USB cord connected to a PC, and actually they have their own dedicated software where you can tweak some of the settings. I think it's a little bit harder to get a hold of that software, so as far as that goes, it is a little bit harder than like a far driver controller. I'm pretty sure VOTOL as a brand, they do make some decent controllers, but from what I can tell so far and from my experience riding these bikes, it feels like they pretty much have this thing maxed out. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much more you'd be able to squeeze out of this current tune. The current tune is pretty much amazing. Now, if you did want to go a little bit faster and you don't mind sacrificing some of your torque, you could switch out that rear sprocket from 60 tooth to less teeth, and you will get a higher top speed. But this bike has explosive torque off the line. Like I said, it will loop on you, and when it's time to get some road riding in, even though this bike again is for off-road use only, but it gets up to speed very, very quickly and just maintains that speed pretty well. This thing is a little monster. I say the tune on this thing is pretty much like a 9.5 out of 10. And now for my favorite part of the review, the off-road test, the more in-depth off-road test. And I honestly have no doubts in my mind this thing is just gonna pass with flying colors. See this woo, bumpy section with some rocks. This thing is literally built for a place like this. I'm not concerned about the power, not concerned about the tires, not concerned about the suspension, but you know, it is a review, so we are gonna be testing all of these things. And here we have our first little mini obstacle in the form of this little hill climb, and no problem whatsoever for this thing. Like I said, it lives for a place like this. Very nice. Nice suspension as well, hydraulic. Very, very good. Man, this thing is like a little mini Surron, I swear to God. Here we have some loose sand, beach style sand. And yeah, these tires are really, really nice as well. They got some nice tread. Very bumpy section over here. Now, I say this every time I come out here, it never looks like it on camera. Like, I always edit the video and I'm like, bro, why don't you go faster? Are you scared or whatever? And it's like, you guys don't understand. It does not, the camera never does this place justice. But wow, so far this thing has been so sick. What a little monster. All right, I'm having way too much fun out here. All right, this is the part where it's a little narrow. Hopefully my GoPro won't get caught up in these bushes over here. This is the bumpiest bit right here, but oh yeah, suspension handled it with no problem. Just eating up this terrain. Man, this place kind of overgrew massively. It becomes tighter and tighter every time I come up here. Oh yeah, dude. Another bumpy bit. It's a little noisy, but nothing too crazy. Pretty much expected. Oh my God, I almost lost it. My GoPro, my Insta360 almost flipped me right here. All right, and now we've arrived at pretty much the craziest hill climb I have around here. Now, usually I do a hill climb test on pavement, but this hill climb is much steeper, much more demanding. I have no doubts in my mind this bike will be able to do it with no problem. That's why I skipped the pavement part, because if it does this, it's gonna eat up that pavement part. But anyways, let's give it a go. Oh my God. This rear sprocket has so much torque that you don't even need to like have a bunch of momentum to climb. I can literally crawl up here. Look at this. I'm just literally crawling. No signs of struggle. And I can just explode with power. Oh my God, dude. These bikes are getting crazier and crazier, man. It's unbelievable. I literally remember like 2-3 years ago, you had to buy, you know, a janky little razor and mod the hell out of it, put thousands of dollars into making it what this is, and this is way better. Now let's see, how do these brakes like being under constant pressure? But honestly, they're gonna do just fine. Crazy downhill section. Oh yeah, pretty great over here. This is a part, okay, I'm just not trying to get my camera caught up in all these bushes. Scratches the lens and then I'm screwed. But oh my God, guys, this thing is an absolute monster. I don't know what else to say. Definitely passed the off-road section with flying colors. Insane. So what do I think about the Xekoya XE100 mini electric dirt bike? Let's do things I like, things I don't like, and is this thing good value for money or not? I'll start with things I like, and like I said in the beginning of the review, I've reviewed a lot of these mini electric dirt bikes, and I'll be completely honest with you, it's got to be top 3 I've ever reviewed. I like pretty much everything about this bike, to be honest with you. The list is endless. I like the motor, I like the power and the torque it delivers, I like the tire setup, I like the front suspension, rear suspension, that seat, absolutely insane. The battery, 52 volts, 30 amp hour. Like I said, most of these bikes come at 48 volts, so 52 volts, very nice to have. You're going to get that extra speed, extra power, very nice. I like the way this thing looks. Now, it does come in 2 different colors. You have the red, like I do right here, and there's like a black version with just a little bit of red happening, but not as much. Like most of the plastics are black. So that's 2 versions that are available. I like the tune. I love the fact that they gave us a high quality full twist throttle, very nice, and that they actually got the brake routing the way it's supposed to be, where the rear is on the left and the front is on the right. Absolutely beautiful. Now let's do things I don't like. And throughout the review, I tried thinking about something, and I couldn't find, to be honest with you, I couldn't find anything I don't like about this bike. There are, let's just say, 2 things that I can say that I wish it had. So we'll just throw them with the dislikes, but they're not really dislikes. The first one, let's just say, would be the top speed. They advertise 50 miles an hour, but again, I think that's with no load, so that's kind of unrealistic. I was only able to hit 46.7 or whatever it was. Now, that's no joke on a bike like this. It feels very, very fast, and you're talking like stock Surron speeds when the original Surrons came out. So that's pretty fast on a bike like this, but I'll be extra picky and throw it with my dislikes, the fact that I wasn't able to hit 50. And the second thing I'll add with my dislikes, and again, it's not a deal breaker by any means, but I would want to see some sort of warning system on this bike, like a horn. I know we don't have rear lights on this bike, so there's no tail light, so no brake light and none of that. So sometimes that's not fully important. I like when there's at least a tail light and a brake light. If you're riding at night and you want to kind of, you're a group of friends, you kind of want to see a tail light, especially if someone's braking in front of you. So that's nice to have. Not the end of the world, because we do have that front headlight, which is actually very bright, but I do want to have some sort of warning system on here, for safety reasons. If you are riding with friends and I don't know, God forbid, something happens, you fall, or I don't know, something happens and you need to get someone's attention, or maybe you're on the trail and you want to let other people know, like, beep, 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 I'm coming through, be careful. So that would be something that I would add to my dislikes. Again, this is me being extra picky, and it's not a deal breaker at all. Now, with all that stuff being said, is this thing good value for money or not? Again, we're talking $1,599 or just about $1,600, but I will have a discount code for you guys. It'll be in the description down below or in a pinned comment. I think you can save $100 off using my code VOLTED, so check that out. But even without my discount code, for $1,600, for what you're getting here, the amount of power, the 52-volt battery, 5,000 watts, plenty of torque, it's very good value for money. Add my discount on top of that, and this thing becomes ridiculous for everything that you're getting here. Like I said earlier, back in the day, you used to buy like a razor and pretty much strip the whole thing apart and just spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get it to be somewhat like what this thing is, and you already get that for $1,600. Absolutely crazy. This market is going crazy right now, and don't get me wrong, I love to see this competition because it just means that we benefit from it. So we're gonna get better bikes, more power for a cheaper price. That is absolutely amazing. I personally highly recommend this bike. Like I said earlier, I've reviewed a lot of these, and this is in my top 3 for sure. Now, I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there is to know about the Xekoya XE100 mini electric dirt bike. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.